Welcome to Engineering Scale Models. I'm Jason, your host, and I do models. How is everyone doing today? Today is going to be a little bit of a what's coming forward on Monday. Um, I'm not sure the date on Monday. Today is Thursday, the 22nd of October in 2020, and it this will be happening on Monday. I have um, talked about working on some Nintendo Switches in my spare time, other than a screen replacement or anything like that. A full level, board level repair. Like this one, I've already filmed a few episodes of my fumbles and follies trying to troubleshoot this one right here, and I jumped into it too fast. I got a lot of the equipment I needed, or I had a lot of the equipment I needed on the way, and this came first, and I just tore it apart and started measuring with what I had. I have all my singlet test equipment here, and I started testing it and measuring it, and I got weird readings and had nothing to compare it to. So, I jumped on to some chats, and people were like, oh, this and this, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And stuff's already been changed. And then I got introduced to the coder channel, and he's been super helpful, and we think we narrowed it down on this. I'm not going to spoil what it is. We're going to talk about it in that series. But I got a switch here, and I have a little compartment here labeled with all the screws and the locations they go in because of my memory. A check-in sheet, the bottom housing sitting on top a microfiber cloth so it doesn't get scratched up. It was already pretty scratched up in the first place. And then I have a little lid, and it goes onto my rack over here to store it. And then I have enough to have two going at one time, so I can work on two at once. But that's not what I'm doing all the time. I'm not going to be every day working on the switches. I'm still going to work on the traffic lights project. I'm going to start showing off some more coding, and then we're going to get into looking at more of the logic series and the code crack game, and also I'll show you the code crack game here. I have some of the SRAM on here. Let's turn off this camera. I have some of the SRAM already on here. I'm starting to get it wired up to store memory in it, and then we have the controller for it here. But I'm still going to continue to work on this. I work on this on Sundays, and I put a video out on Sundays. I'm getting a lot of it wired up. So pretty much the only day I work on this is on Sundays. But I want to start working on it during the week also. So that is, I want to get this done. I want to get a PCB made for it so I can, either give some away or whatnot. Build one, give it away, and then give just the PCB and the parts list away. But I want to get this working. I want to get this tested with this SRAM system and the leveling system with the click of the button. And then if that works and everything seems good, I want to put an EEPROM on here and have massive amount of levels and storage. So then I have the traffic light project, which is in this iteration of power management here, and then I have these little am I going to be able to grab these? Yes, I am. And then I have these little Arduino boards here. These are the AT Tiny, and they will each be programmed for a I can't say the word, a certain cycle. And they will plug in here, and they will have power. And then this can be hooked to a battery, a power supply, whatever, a lithium battery. I have this power bank here from a switch. I ended up repairing it, but I don't want to put it back together because I want to steal this lithium cell out of here and put it on here for this project. So then, because this can charge it and discharge it and protect it, and then I can have a nice little module that's battery powered that I can, plug in to my modules for my Arduino. Now, this is the AT-Tiny 85. There's also a Arduino compatible Beetle that plugs into the USB port like this does, and I am out to get some of those. They're on my list to get. So until I pick those up, I'm going to put the traffic light project on hold on, this power and control module, but I'll be working on the coding and some ways to do it in a logic-based system with just a 9-volt battery and no programming and no coding. So that's what's going forward with the traffic light project. The logic series, I still have tons of logic chips to go through in the logic series. Yeah, lots of logic chips left to go through. Plus, I have some HE logic chips, and I'm still going to continue the 4000 series CMOS logic chips. I don't have a lot of those, but I want to continue that. And then, as I get new items, I would like to unbox them and demonstrate how they work and, tell you what I think of them, first impressions. And then I would also like to come back and revisit things that I've gotten and I've used for a period of time, like this I believe it's the ES121 electric screwdriver. I've had this for about 2 years, year and a half maybe, and I don't talk about it much, but it is a fantastic tool. I don't think it's worth the price, but it's a good tool. It puts these switches together and takes them apart real easily. I use it for other things, but I've used this for about a year and it's worked great. So I want to touch back on some of the things that I've unboxed and I say, yeah, this looks cool, yeah, and go back and to say, hey, yeah, I got this, I never used it, or I got this and I use it all the time, it's great, I just wish this was different. So I want to go back to things that I've unboxed and looked at. I'm going to go through all my videos of things that I have unboxed for you, and I'm going to go back and give you an update on whether or not it was good, bad, if it's even usable, like do I even use it, is it worth using. And it's going to cover the scale modeling stuff and anything I got, electronics or tools or anything like that, and I'll talk about crossover and things like that. But that's going to be it. This is just, a little bench update thing about what's starting on Monday. I just want to know that it's not going to take over the channel. It's going to be like once or twice a week, then maybe once a week a video. But the other stuff's still going to be coming out. Also, my basic electronics with my book is coming out. Listen, the last experiment, I think it's experiment 11. Light and sound, it is a train wreck, dumpster fire. I'm going to post it anyways because it's funny when I look back on it, but it was bad. It was really, really bad. I had a massive migraine and I wasn't thinking clearly and I messed up the whole thing. You would think I'd have no experience at all. It was sad. I'm still going to post it. It should be coming out next week or the week after, but it's interesting, yeah. And then I'm going to make a follow-up video on it, doing it the correct way and not messing it up. So that's going to do it for this, guys. Check me out on social media. Check me out on my Patreon page. Thank you so much and have a